Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to read something. Baba's Prasad. My guru is Swami Muktananda. Baba left his physical body on October 2nd, 1982. At the time, I was 7 months pregnant with my first son. Baba had been clear that I would have a boy. He had been clear that he wanted the child born in India. He had been clear that it would be an easy birth. And he had been clear about the time of conception. Baba had instructed me to conceive at the time that the life breath was put back into the Nityananda Murti in the temple. The statue had been sent out to be dipped in gold. Before its departure, there had been a ritual removing and storing the life force. When the statue returned, that life force had to once again infuse the Murti. So at this auspicious time, my then husband and I proceeded to follow Baba's instructions. In May of 1982, Baba had named 2 successors, Malti and Subhash. Baba had already named Subhash, who had become Swami Nityananda. Malti took her vows that May before the installing of the successors, becoming Swami Chidvilasananda. The installation of successors was on Baba's birthday. For me, that time was not easy for many reasons. Baba is my guru. I wanted to remain with him forever, and his naming successors made me aware that my time with him in embodied form might be winding down. Being pregnant in the heat of India was also not easy. At Baba's birthday celebration, which was held at the Yagna Mandap, I wore a red silk sari. I felt drained and exhausted, but I was there. During the ceremony, there was a ritual of washing Baba's feet. The feet of a great being are revered. After the ceremony, people dispersed to their rooms at the ashram or back to Bombay. A close devotee of Baba's, Yende Dada, asked me to come to his bungalow in the ashram. Baba had given him something for me. Baba had reserved for me the water from the washing of his feet. This cherished gift was for the baby. I drank the water as if it were life itself. For me, it was. Baba was always there for all of us. He gave all of us everything he had. The Shiva Sutras say, the Guru is the means. Nothing could be more true. In every tradition, the Guru is revered. The physical Guru is revered as the spiritual father or mother who directs the disciple toward the goal of love. The physical Guru is always using the physical to guide us toward the Guru principle. The embodied Guru knows that the Guru is not limited to the physical body. The Guru is therefore always guiding the disciple inward toward the Guru principle. The Guru resides in everyone's heart, without exception. Our wrong understanding and identification keep us from this truth. The Guru's job is to remove the darkness and bring us into the light. Baba knew that having children was important for my sadhana. I resisted. Baba slowly and persistently prodded me until finally I assented. At last, I was clear. He had waited patiently. Then he guided me through it all so that what was truly best would occur. The human form of the Guru was so accessible, and I loved relating with that form. It was that form that guided me toward the Guru principle. The form and the formless are both to be valued. Baba was so right. Every day I am thankful that I listened, because if I had not, I would not be sharing the journey with my sons, Ian and Aaron. How foolish I was to resist. When I finally surrendered, I won the greatest gift, love. All that Baba had wanted for each of us, and still does. And today is the anniversary or the birthday of my first son's birth. And it was easy. A boy in India, and exactly the way Baba had said. The saddest part for me was that Baba was no longer in his body to share that with me. The Guru and the Guru principle, so important. I want to read one more thing. And this is from Baba. Unless you efface yourself, you will never be able to find God. It is only when a seed has annihilated itself in the soil that it grows and produces beautiful flowers and fruit. In the same way, when you discard your limited ego, you will be able to truly love. As I increase my love for myself, my joy permeates everybody. Become detached from others and attached to your own self. As soon as you give up attachment, pure love will reveal itself to you. Love should well up within you without depending upon anything. That is true love. When you have this kind of love, God reveals himself in every pore of your body. When you experience God within, you become aware that the same God exists in everyone. Then you begin to worship that God in all. The disciple has already attained the self. The Guru's job is to clean away the dirt that has accumulated around the heart. He burns to ashes the disciple's limited individuality and makes him realize that he is nothing but the Supreme Lord. The truth is so close to you that you can know it in the time it takes to blink your eyes. If your heart were completely pure, if you had complete faith and were completely surrendered, you would experience the truth immediately. Sadhana is the means by which you can make your heart pure enough and strong enough to hold the knowledge of the truth. Turn inward and perceive that. This world, which you think is real, is fleeting and temporary. Soon all things which seem so real to you will perish. When we wake up from the long dream that is our life, we will realize that what we think is a world is not a world at all, but an appearance of consciousness, an emanation of God. So what's right effort?
Right effort is always listening, obeying your guru, constantly surrendering and actually working to use your will to get into your heart.
Yes?
I think very practical. Listen to what your guru tells you.
Yeah.
And reflect on it.
And reflect on it.
Constantly.
Constantly reflect on it. So there's a constant questioning, digging, boring in. That's, in that sense, is second level, correct? Third level is the will, and the will staying, resting in the heart. Now, when I say be with your experience, whatever it is, let whatever comes up come up and function appropriately on the physical plane. Is that what you're supposed to bring to the table? Yes, that is what you bring to the table. Is that, are you to get lost in that? No. So what are you supposed to do with be with your experience?
Keep going in with it, not up here.
Into the heart. What else?
Do what you normally do.
You do what you normally do. Are you supposed to be the experience?
No.
No.
If that were true, then that's what you say, but like, are you running around like a banshee? Because there are times when I want to, and it would be completely inappropriate. I would ruin a lot of things that way.
So I'm going to read this from Baba and see if you get this. We meditate not to attain God, but to perceive that God who is already attained. God is always within us. We are never without him. Yet, because we do not know him, we do not experience him. Who is it who knows when the mind is filled with anger or with love? Who is it that is awake when we are sleeping? Who knows that we slept and reports to us on our dreams? We have to meditate on that one who is the witness of everything. This awareness is vital to meditation. It is consciousness that vibrates as the mind, that makes the mind think. If you could understand this secret, you would understand the secret of meditation. Whatever is God. Wherever the mind goes is God. That is the awareness with which you should meditate. Then you will be able to see the inner self through meditation. Now, do you want to see the inner self through meditation? At first, yes. Yes. That's the mirror, the pure eye awareness. Then what?
Then eventually you want to be. So you have to go beyond that. You have to drop the mirror.
You have to let go of the reflection. So, is the world God? And when we meditate, if you're having colors, lights, vibrations, electricity, all the experiences that happen after the awakening of the Kundalini. What are they? They're experiences. Clues. More
Maybe clues that we're going in the right direction.
clues that you're going in the right direction, but you got to know what they are. They're reflections. They're reflections. In truth, are they different than the world? No. They're just subtler. Yes. They're just subtler. If it's all God, it's all God. So is the goal to have spectacular experiences? You don't think this isn't a spectacular experience? I don't know about you, but it's pretty wild out here. And where we are in the world right now, pretty spectacular, pretty wild. I can't say it, it's an interesting meditation. Lots of colors, lots of lights, lots of vibrations. So, what is it that we want? Where are we going?
Tracing our way back to the source.
To the perceiver, not the perceived. To the perceiver. We are the perceiver, not the perceived. If you can perceive it, is it you? So at some point, the meditator meditating and the object of meditation have to all boom. And then we are in pure subject, pure perceiver, pure consciousness. And then is there any difference between, at that point, the perceiver and anything else? Only subject. And then we have the awareness, the consciousness that it is all perfect, not separate, and it is love. It is Sat, Chit, Ananda. So right effort is boring in, and we hit that place where we, it's over there, the mirror. We have that mirror, and then we have to let go of the mirror. The mirror, the pure eye awareness, keeps us in dual understanding. And in order to function, we then have to be willing to enliven our vehicles. And be there. But who is then functioning at that point?
The perceiver.
The perceiver with a capital P. So again, right effort. Over a long period of time. Can you just get a glimpse and it's over? No. We're not that lucky. Very few people who have done their sadhana long ago in many other lifetimes show up and then they just get boom and that's it. No. Long period of time without interruption. with great devotion. The continual awareness, practicing the awareness of the real. And that's so at a superficial level, the real for us at any given moment might be just being angry. Might be being fearful. Whatever it is. And if we are willing to be with that experience and let whatever truthfully, honestly comes up from there and function appropriately, it will dissolve. And we keep going back. And it keeps dissolving. Until we finally get to that mirror. And then we have to let go of the mirror at some point. And unfortunately, people use, because they want to be normal, they numb, they deny their heart, they deny their feelings, they deflect, they confuse, they're vague, they manage perceptions, they withhold, they twist, they hide. And then they just become part of the world. I always say, who doesn't want love? Who wouldn't want love? But that question alone doesn't come up to the person who doesn't want love.
Because for most of us, in truth, at least for me, didn't know what that actually was. Called it lots of other things, which is a big part of the purpose of doing this dichotomies, so we can see, really tear down and see what we actually do and have done to keep us.
Right, so what you call it, so if you really look at, and there it is, being with the experience. So I could grow up thinking fear was love, the vibration of fear, and call it love. I put LOVE on the vibration of fear. So in order to then get clear, because is that vibration is it universally love? No. So if I am willing to let go of my ideas and perceptions, my thinking, my knowing, my sureness and everything else, and I'm just willing to be with that vibration, and if I just be with that vibration and let the letters, and remember, the whole understanding of the Matrika Shakti is the ununderstood mother. So LOVE on the vibration of fear is the ununderstood mother controlling and keeping a world that is not in harmony with God. So if I then let myself be with that vibration and let whatever comes up from that vibration come up, am I going to get LOVE? No. Is it going to feel like something I want to pursue? The vibration? No. Hopefully not. So one of the things so that's a real obvious one, but people do that. People but the ones that people tend to get confused is excitement with anxiety. Pleasure, love. And you need to know the difference. Getting what I want is love. No. So again, that's the willingness to be. So yes, that clarity of separating out and deconflating in a forcotomy is so important. So important. People all over the place are talking about universal love. Wait a minute, let me see if I can do it. Universal love. Universal love. I don't know what it means. They're not living it. You got to live it. It's got to be coming out of every pore. It's just an idea. It's not it.
And for me too, it's great to see how that tears down and to have that, oh gosh, look at that, look what I called it, but then that experiential piece has to go along with that. You can't just have that understanding.
You cannot, if you intellectually understand, you don't understand. That is not understanding. And that's so, you have to, and it's not just feel it. So remember, it's own, master, transcend. So basically, if I go to therapy, what's going to happen? I'm going to own it. I'm going to own it. I know I've confused this. I have this problem. I have this. Great. Then what? What do I then have to do? And therapy tends not to do it because it's maintaining a cycle. And you get to feel. You get to feel in therapy. You get to have your voice. But whose voice? What voice do you get in therapy? Still the small self screaming. And don't get me wrong, at some point you got to go from, that's why I'll say when somebody's finally feeling anger for the first time, you're going to be awful for a while. And that's okay, we'll put up with you for a while. Then enough. You have to be able to, so if I've never allowed myself anger, I'm going to be clumsy with those vibrations. I'm going to I won't handle them correctly. So I have to be willing to accept and then own them, and then I need to master them. I need to know the ins and outs experientially of them. Because what are they? What caused me to have my problems in the first place are vibrations that I then decided about, then I then did all kinds of things about, and now I have these problems. And if I want to get rid of these problems, I need to get rid of the vibrations. So then we have to be willing to be with those vibrations, whatever they are. whatever they are. And what happens when the vibration goes away? That's transcending, right? We transcend it. It stills. Vibration's gone, then what happens? What happens to the problem?
It goes away.
What happens to the letters that we kept on that litany that we had in relation to that vibration? Gone. They're gone. It's all gone. Can't. He can't run you. There's nothing to run. There's nothing to this. There's no fuel. There's no anything. There's no vibration. So then it should only be that it goes away once and that's it. So when the vibration comes back, what are we supposed to do? Oh, there's that vibration. I really don't like it, but there's that vibration. I know this vibration. Now, if I don't be with it, it's going to then start doing the oldies but goodies again. Jitterbug. Jitterbug. Okay, I'm going to get all that's going to, and then I'm going to operate. And I get to be in the all too apparent. Remember, all too apparent, alternating, comes and goes, attenuated. We want to get to attenuated. Wow, there's that vibration. Duct tape. Strap myself in. I'm not going to act on it. I'm going to just be with it. I know this vibration. I know the ins and outs of this vibration. I know what I will do if I give it free rein. So I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to be with it. And then what happens? And it can take a while. Remember, I talked about terror in Hawaii, 1978. It took 2 months. Day and night. All the time. But what happened?
It eventually goes away.
It stills.
Our job is to be with it until it's still.
Yes. That, however long that is, that's the right effort. And once we are able to be there, where does happiness then, we know where happiness comes from? From within. Vijnana Vairava. All the 5 senses, all people, seeing a person can make you happy. But what's the truth? We get happy, where's it coming from? Within. So our responsibility is to take it back and trace it back. Because I see that person, I'm happy. Next time I see that person, I'm really mad at them. Whoops, what happened to that? Not a great trigger farmer for happiness any longer. So they're just farmers. Our responsibility is to, where did I get that experience from? That's from within. back to the beginning where it's consciousness. We are the perceiver. We are the witness of the waking, dream, and deep sleep states. Questions?
So, once you get to the mirror, and you have to drop the mirror, how? And I'm very far from, probably not gonna have it.
Everybody's far from the mirror. Don't even probably, whatever, it doesn't matter.
So what does that feel like? Like, how does the person know that they're at the point where they drop the mirror? Like, everything else is cleaned.
Do you remember Hui Ning? What did he say? There's no mirror.
It's just gone.
What happened with the higher student in that monastery? What did he talk about? Cleaning the mirror. Just cleaning the mirror. He cleaned the mirror forever. Cleaning the mirror. Windex, clean the mirror. Windex, clean the mirror. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did Hui Ning Right.
There isn't.
There's no mirror.
Thank you.
And from a relationshipal, if in a dualistic and looking to other as God as other, and that seeing God reflected, there has to be that what will happen is the drop will occur and there'll be a sense of bereftment, of loss. Because what are we doing if we spend all our time looking at the beautiful blue light? What's the blue light? It's a reflection, and it's other. Where are we supposed to be? The witness that drops it all. That's pure consciousness. So is there any difference between then the blue light and there? Thank you.